months are officially upon us, so here to share tips on how to keep our plants thriving and healthy indoors all winter long is Shirley.
That's right.
Shirley, now, why do our plants have such a hard time actually surviving when we bring them indoors in the wintertime?
All right, when you think about it, being indoors for a plant is totally unnatural.
Yeah.
You know, they really are created to be outdoors, and they have some very basic needs that need to be replicated inside the house in order for them to survive through the winter. And that's mainly right temperature, you should have some humidity in the air, and lighting. We need to provide all of that, and I have some tips today for that.
Okay, so first things first. You say plants of a feather should flock together.
Yeah, even if they're not friends, I don't care. Plants should be grouped together because there's a phenomenon that happens with plants. What happens here, you can see in my studio, I always group plants together because plants also give out oxygen. They breathe, they exhale. And so it's like being in a crowded room where, you know, it's really musty. That's a good thing because plants need that ambiance to be humid in order for them to thrive. And a lot of times the heater's on, and it really dries things out.
Is that why people say you should talk to your plants because they'll grow better?
Yes.
Because it's your oxygen. Oh,
why not? Yeah, breathe on them.
So obviously we can't bring the sun indoors. How do we make sure that there's adequate light to keep them growing?
Okay, so as you know, and as many of you at home know, many of our popular indoor plants are from the tropics. Some of them are used to all-day sun. Some of them are in the understory, and they're kind of in a darker, shady area. Those do great indoors in rooms that are not that bright. So know your plant, know what kind of exposure it needs. If it needs to be near a window, put it near a south or west facing window. But there's some other things you can do. If you just, maybe you received a Christmas mini rose that is really beautiful. You want to make sure that this, if you want it to keep growing and flowering throughout till spring, put it under a grow light. And I love this. I'm also growing chamomile here, and it's going to end up flowering because when you use grow light, it gives it the right type of color waves so that it continues to flower. And another tip, if you do use these, is to put a Lazy Susan under your plant so that you can rotate it. And this way it gets even light. And I'm not saying to stand there and do this all day, but once a week, come ahead and just give it a rip.
It doesn't just grow
even
in
if it's
one
not under the lights. And also something important, use a reflective mirror or something underneath grow lights so that you also carry the light underneath. And it's nice and balanced.
Brilliant. That is such a smart idea. Now, do they have to be these specific lights?
No, you know, they come in different configurations. This one was just a clamp-on, like $15, and perfect for this type of situation. But they're all over the place.
But are they always going to be red and blue like that?
Yes, the ones that you buy for these types, yes.
All right, now we obviously have our heaters on during the wintertime because it's very cold, even here in Southern California. How do we keep the plants from drying out?
Okay, so...
Because our skin dries out with the heater.
Okay, again, put your plants in a group. That's the first thing.
Okay,
keep them, and we have them huddled here. Now, a lot of people have been told, and I have an example here, to put your plant that needs humidity on pebbles with water. And that's great. And some people do whole trays with pebbles, but it's heavy. I have an alternate idea right here, which I'm going to show you in a minute, but I want you to see something behind it. You see this? This is an aromatherapy mister. And it's not really a humidifier, but it does give a beautiful mist. I do have a humidifier on this side. As you can see, this is something that you can find even at the convenience store, $20, $30. And if you can put these on either aromatherapy mister or a humidifier, perfect.
By the way, that's good for you as well. It's good for your skin and good for your breathing.
But you want low tech, right? You want low tech? I'm going to show you a low tech solution. Like I said, I have here a platter from the kitchen. I have a roasting rack for the turkey, and I've got some felt. I'm going to show you how to make this.
All right.
Okay, so you need a cookie sheet because it has an area for you to put water in. Then you're going to use your cookie rack on top because it's elevated. And then you just take a simple piece of felt, which has great wicking properties, and just kind of fold it under like this. And then what we're going to do, I'm folding it so that it has access to the water, which I'm going to put in here.
Felt?
Felt, yes. Or you could use other types of material, like materials that are used for sports type of clothes.
Oh,
maybe
the wicking.
Yeah, that
yes.
wicks, but it's kind of expensive
Okay.
unless you have one.
Unless you have leftover
But look
shirt
at
from the
this.
gym.
Look, it's starting to
okay.
wick already.
Nice.
And so what's going to happen is as this begins to be saturated with water, and then we place our plants on top. I'm using clay pots here.
Because that also absorbs the
It's
water.
going to help to absorb the water. So this, my friends, is going to bring you an ambient type of humidity. And here's something for ferns that need to stay nice and wet at all times.
Okay.
Get a glass like this or a bottle. Take a string. These are called wicking strings. And all you have to do is fill a bottle like this. And then this is going to soak up the water here. And all you do is you put it right on the soil, just like this.
Oh, that is so clever.
Yeah, you're going to start feeling this become wet. And that, my friends, is the way to keep your ferns
that's so
from
clever.
drying out. And you've got humidity,
Shirley.
you've got lights, you got life.
You are a plethora of
fun?
information. This is, I mean, what great info. Thank you so
Vanna.
much, Shirley. Thank you for keeping our plants alive through the
Got
winter
it.
time. For more great tips, you can visit Shirley's website or hallmarkchannel.com. And you all stick